Why will my preteen or teen lie to me? I mean, I've told them over and over that they can come to me and tell me anything and that I only want the best for them. So why lie? I think, that likely every parent has spoken these words or similar words to their preteens and teens at some point. After all, we really do want to know what they're up to and we want the best for them. But during these transitional years, we are scrambling for ways to keep them safe. And if we can get them to face up to what they are doing, then maybe we have a fighting chance. Why do preteens and teenagers especially lie more than any other age group? I lied to my parents as a teenager. I'm pretty sure you did so too, along with all the teenagers since the beginning of time. But why? Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Ainata Njoku. I'm certified family life parent, preteen and teen coach, helping parents become intentional in their parenting journey, sharing daily tips from my expertise, my experience, books I've authored, coaching sessions for you and your preteens, helping them, build and develop social skills that they need to function in today's world. So here are five things parents unintentionally do that causes their teenagers or preteens to lie. There are many reasons why adolescents turn to lying. To deal with other people, including to get out of trouble, to do something they've not been allowed to do or that is dangerous because they believe that their parents' rules are unfair. They lie. They think what they want to do is harmless. Another reason why they lie is as a way to protect other people's feelings. They also lie to maintain privacy, and they also lie to establish their independence and autonomy. So these are some few reasons why they lie, and let's get straight into how parents unintentionally make them lie. Five reasons parents unintentionally create an environment for teenagers or preteens to lie. I believe there are five reasons hiding in plain sight that can help explain why we, as their parents, actually create an environment, of rich soil that grows the ugly fruit of lying. The first one is we come unglued. We hear about something a teenager or preteen is doing that somehow goes against what we have hoped for or expected for them, and we lead with our feelings. What do you mean you were drinking? I mean, for those that drink, you are only 17. This is illegal and unsafe and unhealthy. And, or, you didn't turn in your homework. Do you know what this is going to do for your chances of getting, a good grade or into college? Our preteens and teens, especially teenagers, will not be truthful about the tough stuff if we are unable to regulate our own emotions. Our actions, our reactions have shown them that the truth is not safe to share with us. Number two, we lecture. I talked about it in my last video. While our preteens and teens don't know everything, about everything as they might profess they do have a pretty good gauge for right and wrong. Believe me. This, however, doesn't mean they are always, they'll always choose what is right. This is the age of testing and experimenting their limits and boundaries. It's time for discovering who they are, and what they can contribute. And this discovering requires sometimes living outside the lines, so to speak, because we love them so much. We want to jump in, inside the lines with lots and lots of explaining to keep them safe. But our teenagers, especially, don't always want our opinion about the choices they make as they are finding their way. They want and need to make their own mistakes, and they need to make their own mistakes. But we need to be careful that they are not life taking mistakes. Number three, we take. As our preteens turn into teens, they begin to gain all kinds of new freedom, and luxuries such as phone, car keys for teenagers, an extended period away from home with friends. And while we kindly offer these things to our teenagers, somewhere in the back of our minds, we are still holding, these high value items at ransom. We secretly know that they give us leverage and power over our children. This is not wrong, When a rule is broken or we catch our teenager in a tangled web of a lie, one of the first responses is to take their phone, take their keys, their friends. I made a video about taking your child's phone and what you can do instead. And we only have to do this once, and we are now guaranteed that our teenager will lie again so they won't lose the things that they love. What our teenagers need instead is for us to give grace, space, and attentive listening. Number four, we forbid. Our teenagers will lie to us about what they did or they're doing because they know we won't allow it. We have already made up our minds that a particular action or behavior is somewhat not good, safe, or beneficial to our child. So we simply say no. By doing this, we are disrupting a natural and important process teenagers especially need to experience. If we remove all the obstacles from the path of our teenagers, they can't grow any character or grief. Sure, it's a painfully difficult for us as parents to watch our child make a mistake that could easily prevent for them, but they simply have to make them. If instead of forbidding, we take the time to teach them how to walk through difficult or dangerous choices, we are creating trust. And when there is trust, there's a less of a need to lie. And the last one, number five, we control a lot of the things our teenagers especially are doing or going to do will bring up fear for us. Our babies are now dating, driving away in cars. They will be exposed to drugs, alcohol, sex. They will take risks, experiment with their appearance and bump into a few unhealthy friendships. And all of this scares us. For the first 10 to 12 years, we didn't have to worry about all these things. This fear we have now leads to control because we feel it's the only thing we have left to hang on to. But this is not what our teenagers need from us. What they desperately need is space to grow into whom they are becoming. If we can let go of control and allow for this space, our teenagers will feel they have no choice but to lie. So, how can parents promote honest communication with their adolescent children? When we tell our teenagers that we want them to be able to come to us and tell us anything and that we only want what's best for them, perhaps we need to first ask ourselves these important questions. I think three questions. The first one is the way I'm responding to my teenager honestly best for them or best for me? The second one is, have I created an environment that makes lying the safest option? And then, am I coming unglued, lecturing, taking, forbidding, and controlling what my teen is doing to keep my fears nice and quiet? And then, and if I am, what if I choose to pause, take a breath before reacting? What if I offer grace first and, let go just a bit to allow their trust to develop between myself and, my emerging adult? This is the environment I think we all want to cultivate and the fruit I believe we all want to grow with our teenagers. I hope this video has helped you. It's important to know that as I'm delivering this to you, I'm also taking it in, and also trying my best to do what I need to do for my, preteens and teens as I'm raising them. This is not this is not a you have to do it kind of thing. It's something that we, as we parent our preteens and teens, is a process we're learning. It's opening our hearts to, to be able to say, oh, and I've talked about it before. There was a day my daughter wanted to go out. I was like, you can't go. I was just thinking of how she'll go, how she'll come back. But at some point, I just had this quick and I was like, okay, you can go. I gave her, she has her card. She went on the bus. I kept in touch. She went back. She went and she came back safely. So sometimes these things is just, it takes a while, but it's some sort of a mindset change that happens as we practice these things, in the process. So I hope this video has helped you. Thinking about it, talking about these things daily is also opening my heart because I know that my children are not going to be with me forever. Here where we are, at some age, they have to go to school somewhere else. They have to travel. They have to live their life. So when we start to practice these things, it's easy for us to begin to accept these things. I hope this video has helped you. Like, share, drop me a comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.